Hey everybody, just got a message from one of my newsletter subscribers, has a series of questions. He's asking about my independent algo trading business with Python. Uh, that's a course series I've been running now in my second week. And this is what he's saying. Got some questions. I'm interested in your course, but I've got training, blah, blah, blah. And he's got some questions. Now, first question is he asking about videos that are recorded and downloadable or streaming only. I just put up a video actually, or a comment on my site exactly addressing that. And that is in concerns with a commentary from my own perspective regarding these videos that I'm recording and putting up. Unfortunately, they're not for downloadable, just because I've had problems people stealing and then reposting them elsewhere. Sort of takes away the value when people are doing the legitimate way. But I've added some commentary here. How I'm finding the group that is part of this is learning a lot. They're highly motivated, and those are the kind of people you want to bring out because they will make themselves successful. They have the inner drive to get to where they want to be. And I think over time, it's a matter of time before they become successful at trading. And hopefully some of the skills that I can provide them help them get there. So I've put that up. The videos that are recorded do get put up each and every week. So nothing gets missed. And it's a totally different dimension as well for those modules as well. And this email explains that. Okay, the next question. How long are your courses running and how long will the website be available with course material and source code? Okay, let's talk about the first one. Okay, if you go into my blog area, just come under blog here, and you'll find meetup events. Here you'll find all the meetup events of all the modules that we have throughout. Have already been scheduled for the first phase, the infrastructure building block phase, and let me just show you. If you come to any of my meetups groups, if you go under quant hyphen finance, you come under there. What you'll find here is I've got scheduled here upcoming meetups, 17 of them. Those are majority of them are the actual scheduled meetup, my course events that they're scheduled week by week. And as I said, they go all the way up till May, June, and they're going to go beyond June, July, realistically going right through into, so we've got everything scheduled up until July 5th, and then that's the first phase of my first strategy, pair trading and arbitrage. After the July 5th, what will happen is from there I'll start adding in the options and futures algorithms, which are part of my phase 2, however long they take, and then on the third phase on top of that will be the FX with macroeconomic views using government data. So this will most likely, with the three strategies, take me up right through the fall of 2016. And they are being scheduled week by week, and each video will be recorded and put up on my website for my members. So hopefully that'll help you out. How long will your website be available with course and source code? As far as I know, forever, ever, amen. This is valuable stuff, so why would I take it down? Now, you asked about the SQL database for SQL Server Oracle. I'm going to be honest, before I did all this, one of the biggest lessons I learned as a business is you want to provide open source technologies. So I'm not going to put up, like what I did with MATLAB, I'm going to be focusing on open source technologies. So in terms of SQL database, if you come into my database here, into my schedule, what you'll notice starting next week, actually on March 29th we'll be talking about MongoDB. So I'm using NoSQL databases, and Mongo database is the first one, and then the next one is we're going to talk about Redis as another alternative, the difference between disk-based and memory-based NoSQL databases. So we'll be covering those over the next 2 weeks, and those are my databases of choice. And we're going to actually have modules dedicated to those topics. Now, do you have any Python scripts used for Thinkorswim? Now, Thinkorswim, I should show this to people. A lot of people don't quite get Thinkorswim. If you go into my blog, do a Thinkorswim search, there's an article in there that I can verify, which really says this. Is Thinkorswim access, API access, is only for the 0.001%. And this is what I mean, is that you only have really their software to work with, but you need $20,000 in the account. It's a real pain in the ass to work with, and Ameritrade account with either $500,000 or 30 trades per quarter. So you kind of have to be pretty special to get Thinkorswim API access. Now that may have changed since then. When was this article put up? It was only last year, April 10th. So the reason I use Interactive Brokers is just for that, is that they're really good for APIs and automated trading support. So guess what? In this date, April 12th, we will be talking about Interactive Brokers, TWS, Trader Workstation, their software, as well as the interaction you can have with Python and other languages. So we've got a lot of other coverage in past courses that cover those topics using Interactive Brokers and TWS. So in a nutshell, do I have Python scripts that interface with data and systems for Thinkorswim? No, and that's the reason why. Because the access to the API is just it's pretty hard to get. Will the coding in Python SQL be used like C# and Excel? At this point, yes and no. I purposely have moved off of Windows just because of the security concerns I have with Windows 10 in terms of the backdoors that Microsoft may or may not have. I'm just going to put may have in their new Windows 10. In terms of Excel, my files that I use are my Python scripts generate are generated via the format of comma separated values. So they're text delimited by a comma, which means I interface with those files in Excel. So yes, you can use those files that are generated in Excel, and then from there do whatever you want with them. So the answer there is yes, I would assume so. I appreciate any efforts to create an open community on this, a good business for yourself and others. Thank you. That's what this is about. It's about generating the course, I call it, is, as I said, in the algo trading business. So that means that you are setting up your own trading business, like Dr. Ernie Chan's first book stresses that you are running a business that is a trading business that you own and control. Because you're generating your own source code, that enables you to own and do whatever you want with the source code. That means you're no longer dependent upon other cloud solutions, which I'm not going to name. Whereas you just have a trading idea, you submit your trading idea via their framework and put it up on their platform or their servers. And quite frankly, I cannot say or will not say if your code will be safe. It is your intellectual property. And for me, and I know a lot of serious traders and a lot of serious business owners don't like to have their code sitting on remote servers, despite they call it cloud. So that is one of the principles that I'm trying to stress, is that you want to have your own source code. You don't want to work with black boxes. You want to understand your own source code. So this stuff, these courses, these program files are purposely meant to be simple, using fundamental analysis and blah, blah, blah. So hopefully I'll answer all your questions. And as usual, I like answering these kind of questions. So if you have them, let me know, and I'll get them posted and make a video of them. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.